Mark Zuckerberg is stirring up controversy after he posted a photo to his Facebook. And you're seeing a picture here of the Facebook of him running in Beijing with the caption, "It's great to be back in Beijing. I kicked off my visit with a run through Tiananmen Square, past the Forbidden City, and over to the Temple of Heaven." Now, this post sparked thousands of comments on the picture, comments ranging from concerns about the smog that he was running in, concerns about the political correctness of the location, as well as the fact that Facebook isn't actually allowed in China. Now, to start off with the smog issue, a monitor at the United States Embassy in Beijing calculated the level of ultrafine particles that damage respiration, and it was at 305 micrograms per cubic meter at the time of his run, and that level is deemed hazardous under American air quality standards, and it's actually 15 times the level considered safe by the World Health Organization. Now, further, as I mentioned, some took offense to Mark posting such a jolly photo at the location that he was at. One person saying, "The floor you stepped has been covered by blood from students who fought for democracy, but enjoy your running in China, Mark." And then another comment about the lack of Facebook in the country, and also probably the obstacles that Mark Zuckerberg had to go through in China to be able to post this photo onto Facebook, saying he climbed over the Great Firewall, great pun, to breathe in smog. He's trying too hard. Now, what he's referencing there at the trying too hard is that Mark is trying to bring Facebook to the country. The country has been trying to give the notion that the air quality standards are getting better. And so they think that basically he's sucking up to the government by posting this picture of him running in the, "Oh, it's not that bad smog," so that they'll be more amenable to Facebook.
I think I'm going to pardon him on all counts.
Okay.
Okay, so let's break it down.
Yeah.
First of all, it's like my rule on lying. If somebody gives you two different excuses, it was a lie. Like if you're late because there was an accident, okay, that's why you're late. If you say it was there was an accident, plus I just didn't hit the green lights and there's something else, and no, they're having an affair. Okay, so
that escalated so quickly.
Right. So in this case, if you have to criticize them on 3-4 different counts, none of them are landing. Like you're just looking for a reason to criticize them. Okay, so let's break this down. Yes, it's smoggy over there. So should he be running? What business is that of yours? Right? If he wants to breathe in the air, let him breathe in the air. Right? Well, I don't give a shit where he goes jogging. What do I care about his lungs? Like, what a weird thing to like. If you're concerned about the Chinese people in the smog, I'm with you. Okay. Secondly, the Tiananmen Square. It's a holy place. Now, I know they tried the revolution there. I love those people. I actually knew one of the guys who did it. I went to law school with him. So I have deep, deep respect for them. Doesn't mean you can't jog there. People jog there all the time from what I understand. Mm-hmm. So like, and you're not allowed to smile because they took a picture of him smiling. I don't know, man. We're reaching for criticism here. And then he's trying to get into China. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah, he runs a giant company. China has over 1 billion people. Is he trying to get into the Chinese market? Yeah. Of course he is.
So I agree with you, Jack. I didn't mind it when he did jumping jacks at Auschwitz. It didn't bother me. I didn't think. What do you mean? What? Thousands of people were crushed by tanks in Tiananmen Square. What's the big deal? Is what I'm saying with you.
Oh, Jimmy, leveling me on that one.
No, I'm with you though, right?
No, look, but then now we're going to get into gradations, and you're going to make me feel bad and be a dick about it. But okay, so now is Tiananmen Square Auschwitz? Of course it's not, right? And so then can I go to every block in Kosovo and be like, no, people died there. No, don't smile at that block. Don't jog in that block. Yeah, terrible things happen all across the world, right? So what are you trouble?
Square is kind of
I'm kind of with Jimmy here. I was with you with the smog and the Facebook thing.
Yes.
The smiling here. Look, so there's a big monument thing in Berlin, and I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's basically sort of a monument to all the people who passed away in the Holocaust, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's this really cool block sort of situation, and you go there and it's amazing, and everybody wants to take a picture with it. But personally, I feel that it is slightly offensive if you're like climbing on it and being like,
right.
With the things,
but
you know
guys
what I mean?
are taking the most extreme example. Like, Yeah, you don't smile at the Holocaust memorials.
But a lot.
And you don't run
But
around
Tiananmen
going like
Square,
that.
People were run over by tanks. I mean,
It wasn't. It's
Okay, but so they also got killed in Lexington and Concord. Are we not allowed to jog in Lexington?
I don't think so.
I mean, that was a revolution. That was a revolution.
I don't think so.
And the goddamn king killed those poor patriots.
Jake, come on, you can't deny that there are certain places that are associated with horrendous acts that you wouldn't want to go and be like, hey.
I think also.
But I don't look, because the reason I disagree with you guys is that Tiananmen Square is more than that, right? If there was this place, like when Reagan went to Philadelphia, Mississippi to launch his candidacy in 1980, the only thing Philadelphia, Mississippi is known for was killing civil rights workers, okay? You don't go to that little town unless you're trying to send a message, right? If he'd gone to Biloxi, well, that's a different thing, right? If he'd gone to New York City is known for a lot of things. You could be like, how dare you jog in New York City when 9/11 happened in New York City, right? Okay, I guess you could say that.
No, but if you were standing in front of Ground Zero and you were like, ha, NY,
by the way, which I think a lot of people do. A lot of people do that, right? So now, again, that may be not the best idea, but you're at Ground Zero. Tiananmen Square is known for so many things.
So I don't think anybody's saying, oh my God, arrest him because he smiled there. I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm saying, probably not the best judgment. Right? Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe if he had tweeted out a few pictures of him, like, venerating Tiananmen Square and the people who died there, and all of these ideas. And then also, I took a jog today through Tiananmen Square. But it's like, hey, I'm going to tell you about that. He's young. He doesn't understand the significance. I bet you.
Well,
I mean,
I will give you guys this, right? He is clearly trying to appeal to the Chinese government, right? And which I said in the first part. And I said, look, he's got a business to run. He wants to appeal to the Chinese government so that he can run his business there. It's very important to his bottom line. So the fact that he's jogging in Tiananmen Square, put his facial expressions aside, because I mean, I don't know what the guy is doing, whatever, right? But he's jogging in Tiananmen Square. It is a way of trying to appeal to the Chinese government. So I hear you guys there, like.
Just take his picture somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
maybe
in
the
China
better way.
running. Great wall.
Right.
Perfect place.
Yeah.
So if he had to do it over again, I would hope that, and me too, I would hope that you would think it's okay to try to appeal to the Chinese government. It's okay to smile and jog in other places. But let's be a little bit careful about Tiananmen Square.
So people, Cenk,
if you're trying to appeal to the Chinese government. I'm sorry, just
no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yes, I know what you're saying.
It's a combination of those two things. Like if you go take a picture in Tiananmen Square, I'm not going to judge you. But if you're trying to court the Chinese government and you do it at Tiananmen Square, I hear what you guys are saying. That's a little different.
Oh, yeah, it is. And also what people are saying about the smog is they're not, hey, that's bad for his lungs. They're saying, hey, why are you trying to sweep under the rug this horrible thing? And why are you trying to paint China like it doesn't have any problems? Also, you can make more money. Why are you being a disingenuous prick that everybody's fucking sick and tired of, all for money?
Well, I don't know. We're overjudging him.
No, I don't think so.
And by the way, how is he covering up the smog when the smog is so obvious in the picture? Right? The smog is like the most obvious thing in the picture.
Yeah, but he's making it seem like it's okay. Like
yes.
I was on your side, but Jimmy's convincing me
propaganda
now
he's doing is what he's doing.
A little bit. It's a little propaganda-y. I would say that. I wouldn't know propaganda, but propaganda-y. So now, like, think about, let's say he did the exact same picture and he had a face mask on. That would be a big slap to the face to China.
Yes.
Huge slap to the face to China.
Good. Yeah, she nailed it. She nailed it just now.
If he had the Sarsgaard on?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like when you are in Beijing, you're supposed to wear a face mask. But if he did that, that would have been China would have been pissed.
So if he'd have been real, if he'd have kept it real over there, they wouldn't have showed this. He would have pissed off the China. So this is him doing propaganda. One of the richest guys of the world decided, I needed some more money. I'll go do some propaganda for a communist regime that oppresses its people in a place where they killed thousands of people standing up for democracy. I don't know. I don't see what the problem is. And I'll pretend like there isn't smog, there isn't environmental catastrophes happening every day in China. I'm going to pretend all that because I need more fucking money.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do one more defense of Zuckerberg here, okay? And I don't know him personally, but hey, we're on. Let me expose our biases. We're on Facebook, right?
I love Facebook.
And
I forgot. I wouldn't have said any of that shit. I forgot all about that.
Right.
He's a good guy. He's just what he's doing what a guy would do. I would have done that. Come on. He's trying to bring Facebook to people who don't have it. That's a good thing.
No, but by the way, I'm literally going to say that. So, and my other bias is that I run this company. He runs that. We're not on the same scale, but I understand the pressures he's under, et cetera. But my defense of him in that regard is I'm nearly positive that he would say, hey, listen, by hook or by crook, if I get Facebook into China, it is going to democratize China at a greater pace. It's going to make China more liberal. I don't mean liberal in terms of liberal versus conservative in America, but liberalize society, get them more information. And anytime you get information to over 1 billion people, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And overall, if we get this accomplished, yes, I'll make money, right? But China will be better for it.
Oh, so you're saying he's playing the long game.
That's right.
And I was wrong.
No, I'm saying.
No, I'm wrong. I was wrong.
No.